Hey guys, you got the Lady Wicked Hippy at the bar. I don't care for that term, baby boomer, and technically I'm not like by a year. If it's got something to do with something to, well, money, I'm good to go then. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, me too. Me too. I've gotten to where I get up and I say, okay, I got rid of everything but uh, home Wi-Fi. They're just you couldn't find a station to watch anymore, and if you did, they did one episode every 4 months. Pay me. So I'm like, okay, I've gotten to just doing YouTube. So I get up here and people ask me, how do you just get up there and talk to yourself? I said, well, because this is a great tool. I've never thought I would see anything like it. To me, it's social Woodstock, but I ain't in the blooming mud. It's free. So I qualified under entertainment only. I did say I was good at it. I just said I qualified. Anybody who wishes to get through to me today, please do so. Jump in. Live chat is now engaged. You've got comment. I'm still trying to make my window of 10 to 12, and I actually stretched it from 10 to 2 now because I'm like old. I have this makeup crew. I don't have, a sound department. I don't have, as you can see. Technically, I try to do this a little bit faster. Quit smoking. Yes, I quit smoking. Please don't fuss at me. I quit smoking. And a friend of mine came up here to the bar for his birthday. We had a big birthday. And he came up and he said, I've been smoking these. And I said, well, I've not seen them here in the United States. I don't even know how the topic smoking came up, but it's a bar. So it's a big bar. We turned our entire ground floor into like the bar, a couple places to sit down. There were too many chairs up here and they were full. Started out with 2 bar chairs. So, and I turned one side of the bar into my, where I broadcast from because we were in the middle of doing renovations here at home. My husband was doing amazing. He got the carpet out, the wood flooring in, painted and all that. And just as we were going to get ready, he had stripped the stairs and we were going to do the upper floors, just basically the wood floors. And I had a horrific accident and it cost me 10 months to get me back on my feet. And I have a lot of metal in there. I mean, metal detectors go off and shit when I go by. The little beeping noises. So Walmart, day. It's my leg. I swear it's my leg. You would not believe what it cost me, but it's mine. So now you get an idea a little bit of probably why you hadn't seen me. I had to start a second channel because the first one is so screwed up I can't figure out what they've done. They will put you in like a hiatus area if you're not on it. Like that's why I brought the story. 10 months and I'm back. Opened the second channel. So the guy at the bar was smoking these, and he knew I wanted to try one. So I tried one. And I was just stuck. I had been vaping for about 5 years by then. So my husband has really been sweet. I won't buy them myself because then I would be smoking. And I knew, I would get out of hand. This way, I have somebody to say, not so many. And so he takes care of that for me. And boy, we are still so loud today. I feel like I can hear me in my head. I haven't had time to edit anything yet. Because it's like I get up here and then it's time to go do something else. And we're retired. Let's see. Everybody catching up to the channel. Like I said, subscribe, like, don't like. I don't care. Just put something the hell in there. Comment, please do. I want to have these conversations, as I was saying. It's social Woodstock. Let's take advantage of that. And at the bar, it's fucking fun. No kids. No, yeah. Shoo the little ones up. Yeah. It's in the thing if you pull it up. I don't know what the thing is, but it's there. So I get to have these when I'm doing my broadcast. And no, I don't. I loved what a friend of mine down the street from me said to me. She said, "You don't have a lot of viewers. You don't have quite a thousand yet." I said, "No, I do on Facebook, and I've been on it for a long time. But no, I don't have too many viewers. And it's probably because they got to hunt for me. So it's not going to be a daily routine till I get my stupid ass up here between 10 and 12, which is a good time to pick, usually. Um, and I keep missing it. I've never usually been late in my life. And I get all that done to myself. And now I can't seem to get spit done. I was like, had another birthday. Also, I have what I call a stiffener. This one is from Georgia, and I like some to use my stemware sometimes. The stiffener is about the fact that I was adopted, grew up with people from like World War II, Depression, uh, World War II. I mean, they were, yeah, that was their whole life. And these guys, I swear, they were great people. They grew everything. Had a huge garden. Didn't make us kids do anything to it, which was astonishing. But I used to help them, go weed and stuff. They had a whole bunch of fruit trees, cherry, plum. I mean, they had it. They canned and they preserved and they did all of that stuff. And so it surprised me and I was 9 when I was adopted. I left at 17 to go into the army, and the women would go, oh, and they would faint on the couch, on the chair. They never hit the floor that I saw. And the men would, get the little ampule of ammonia under the nose. Yeah, they're awake, but you okay? I don't know what happened. So they would say, go get the hooch. Now, my dad, he was much older, so I think of my mom as the grandfather. My dad and his brother, World War II, both Navy, and they would say, "Go get the hooch to us," because that's what they called it. They were moonshine runners before the war in the 20s, and so we would go get that, and we would get something about the size. They didn't really have shot glasses. My scarf is trying to leave without me. Um, so that you just got a little glass and you poured some in there. Usually it was one of the jelly glasses. I don't have that shit no more, man. So, they'd sip it. And once they were done sipping it, they're, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing much better. I'm still a little woozy. They bring him another one. They'd get up to 3 and quit. Then they go cook dinner or what have you. I loved it. In my entire life, maybe this is why um, I wanted to faint on several situations I was here. Couldn't faint for nothing. Couldn't faint to save my life. So I have to just grin and bear it. That I can do. So this is a stiffener. I'm at my bar. It's hopefully, yeah, almost noon. Good enough. I don't have to call Uber. I don't have to fucking call nobody. I can just get my ass over here and get drunk and talk to y'all and come see me. It's a lot of fun. The few that have come by have put in some of the funniest comments. Not on this channel. This would have been over a year ago, and I'm trying to let everyone know that it is on this channel. I kept most of the other title. I just that's annoying the shit out of me. Which one? There it is. Put on a brooch. I like these. I got quite a few from the mom. Anyway, never could faint. So come see me, like, dislike. I don't really, yeah, I don't care. I'm not counting. I don't make money doing this. I just like doing it. I think that it's a great way for all of us to stay in communicado with each other. I'm not against Hispanics. I'm not against Asians. I'm not against African Americans. I'm not against anybody because I don't see any color. I don't know why y'all. All I hear and that's why I quit watching decades ago on legacy media. That's all you hear is hate and fear, and it's all lies, but it sounds pretty good. My kid watches it. I think he absorbs it and believes every second of it. Unfortunately, I'm retired. My husband's retired. Uh, Over the road driver, taught driving, the big rigs, and so he did that. So he was gone a lot. It was great for the marriage. We've been together decades. So now that he's retired, he's decided he could just go and fix everybody's car. So the cops, of course, were called because we have two RVs. One you drive, the other is a Polar, and they're big. The one is like a Wonder Lodge bus. It's great. And they come and they're wanting to know why there's four cars in the driveway. Well, there's always a truck and my car and the RVs. Apparently, they think that's too many for us, the neighbors. So they called the police. I told him when he started doing it, and he was working with someone who buys used cars to sell. So he was always calling Robert. It was like every other day. By the time Robert fixed the two he brought, he had two more coming in the next day. And I was like, you can't do that. This is not zoned for that. And they're going to get you. I know the neighbors, they're ugly. Some of them, anyway. Long story. It sure as shit. And the sheriff showed up at the door, and I said, he's the one you want. I didn't even have to throw shade at his ass. There were five cars out there, notwithstanding ours, because she had already run the others. She didn't run the tags. So she knew those were not our cars. I liked her. I spoke to her for about a minute, like I said, and I said, he's the one you're looking for. I can't give you any information because I told that dumb fuck. Cheers, guys. I should probably explain that too. I made a mimosa. I'm cheating like I love this. He buys me these little airplane bars. These are the Fireball whiskey Fireball. It's a whiskey Fireball. It has that big burst of cinnamon at the end of the bite, and I love that. That thick ice cube in there. And when I used to fly, these were what they had. You had an ashtray on your seat. They could push a cart through there with three of the women pushing, or men as they are now. Back in my day, early flying, it was the women. It was like secretary, nurse, flight attendant. So wasn't a lot out there in the 60s and 70s. Not, I look at all that. I see, I know y'all know. Thank you. I do not look as old as I am. I do not. Yes, this camera just puts 40 pounds on a person. I don't know how they do that shit. I'd like them to stop it if they could. So that's me. And as I said, friends of mine have said, well, how can you do that? The other thing, the reason he lets me have this, my husband, if you're talking, you're not smoking it, it goes out. And so I have one for like ever because it goes out, and I'll just leave it at the bar for me later. Or I'm the only one really that comes to the bar. Most of our friends are coming to drop off a fucking car. So since I got hurt, I'm sorry, I have to adjust this just a little bit. Um, since I was so wounded, I haven't had a lot of people stop in. I guess they're giving me enough time. It's been a year. I walk unaided now, and I can make it through the grocery store and back to my car, unpack it, bring it in the house, put it away. By the time I've done that, I'm up on ice for the rest of the day. Leg, especially the ankle, just goes. You gonna try that again? No pain pills. They do not give you pain pills. You would not believe the horror I went through. It was 15 hours of surgery. No pain pills. No. Well, they had something that you could take every 12 hours. It didn't do shit. I mean, even the Tylenol. Oh, use extra strength Tylenol. Is anybody out there just want to reach out and just, I don't know, to face the ball somewhere? Give them a Tylenol. I won't do that all the time. Um, I got, I had a whole team of surgeons. It was that bad. And It took them 3 hours, I think, the firemen and everybody to get me out of the house because it was so badly broken, and you couldn't it was a mess. I had a cup of coffee. I made it halfway down the stairs, and it felt like someone just shoved me from behind. It was so strange. And suddenly, you're airborne, and you're going, "Oh, this is not going to end fucking well, is it?" And I'm yelling before I land, "Call an ambulance! I haven't broke shit." And I managed to grab my pantyhose. I was wearing a dress, and I was directly facing our door. It's the front door. He had a bunch of stuff along the side of the house, so you couldn't get down that way. And I don't remember. I think they couldn't get through here to get to the back door, but it took them a couple of hours and another person to arrive to give me something for pain. The man gave me fentanyl, and he says, Are you okay with this? I said, sure. Give me two. Then they rolled me into a sheet, and yes, I screamed a lot. Then they picked up said sheet, and I screamed even more. And he had promised me, look, when we get to the ambulance, I'm going to give you another shot. I'm still screaming. So they finally get me out of the house, and I'm screaming now, deadly screaming. I mean, my eyebrows were hurting before they did that. So even with this, whatever it was, he said fentanyl. And I'm still screaming blue. You can't stop screaming. You think, oh, I'm going to tough this up. No, you're not. You're not. You're going to scream the house down. My husband kept going, and then the guys from the ambulance said, "Leave her alone. Let her scream. She's way hurt." Like, thanks, guys. I can't stop it anyway. Most of the time, I was okay if I just was sitting there. And I literally was sitting on the floor, and one of them got one of the cushions from the couch. I mean, the little one. I mean, the couch that you sit on, that part of the cushion, and put it behind me so that because I had to lean with my hand back, and I was switching arms, but I was like, I'm going to have to lay down or something because it was very uncomfortable, notwithstanding all that. So that's me. This is kind of why I got out of things for a while. I do not recommend it. Not to mention, I don't know about y'all. And when I was younger, when I was in the military, I got hurt once and I had to have crutches. And I didn't recall having so much trouble. So I didn't think too much about it. And they gave me the second shot of the fentanyl in the ambulance. Little bastard. You should have done this shit beforehand. I couldn't stop screaming. I've got my hand over my mouth. I'm screaming so loud. Still, if they duct taped me, you would have heard me in the county. I found out from my husband later that bunches of the neighbors stopped and they said, "What happened? They were there for 4 hours. Are you guys okay?" And he was like, "No, she's not." So they give me this shot, and before I leave the hospital, they show me, bitch of a doctor, showed me the X-ray, and oh my God, my ankle was really, it was mostly detached, and luckily I had the third shot, whatever, of the fentanyl before leaving. So I just laughed because she had come in and she said, "Is this the leg broken?" And she grabbed the leg, and I tried to kill her. I didn't care about bail money. I was trying to fucking kill her. So she left. She's the one that came back. And I said, "Don't you fucking come near me." I wasn't kidding. You get close enough and you're a dead bitch. And the fentanyl didn't slow down my mouth. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of, I'm like that. We were soldiers, and we women, when they first, I was supposed to be a WAC. When I landed, I was a regular Army soldier and trained exactly like they did with the men. I hear they changed that. Then the women don't need to be on the front line because they ain't been trained. Either they can do what a man can do, or they don't need to be there. Get them out. I like what Pete Hicks is doing with that. I don't know how that ever became a thing. How the hell do you think that would work? That's why they used to have whack waves and so forth, because the women were not trained as soldiers. And my family went through the Vietnam era, so I lost some cousins, a couple nephews. I had the bracelets and so forth. So I wanted to help, and I went through ROTC. Um, they had just ended Vietnam, and I went as to be either secretary, nurse, or both. I was qualified to do both, and I had gone to college as well. Yeah, I got bored, and I graduated a couple times at 17. So the mother just signed the paperwork, and I could go. Woohoo! Had I known it was training with the men, would I have gone? I fucking don't know. I really wanted to be on my own 2 feet, and I couldn't see any other way. They knew what you were going to do 8 or whatever hours a day. You were fed, you were clothed, you had a place to sleep, and they paid you. So I rather like that part. And yeah, but you got to pass everything. And I didn't have a problem with that going to Fort McClellan because it was a WAC training. It was Women's Auxiliary, and I didn't get to go there. And when after 3 days, no sleep, I've got a picture that looks like I'm a Girl Scout looking for a place to sell cookies. That was my army photo. Up 3 days. From there, they marched us to where we'd be billeted. And we were, the women were Bravo company. So you said, Alpha, Bravo, so forth, would be the rest of your company. And they were telling us who they were. And I've been up 3 days. And I was already giggling with the other girls when we got there because we were all just stone stupid in 3 days. All young. The oldest one we had there, she was 31, and I felt for her, but she made it. We told her if she didn't make it, we'd kill her. But I had rank. Had I known that, I would have lied my ass off and said, "No, I don't. I'm just a buck private." When you're a buck private, you go in, you have no rank, so you have no chevrons or any of that. I don't know what they do now, but I was a private first class, so I had 3 chevrons. You got to be there like a year and a half just to get 1 chevron. So yeah, I went through some shit trying to make sure I was, hit that floor running. I'd been trained in fencing, karate for a decade almost, however long I lived there, 9 years. So tennis, all that, swimming, just trying to be ready because I was so little. I was still little. I got a little bigger in some ways, but I'm not telling my age is a state secret, but it's very kind of you to say so. This is why I can get up here and talk to folks. It's Social Woodstock. It's free. We get to say whatever the fuck we want to within reason. That's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna get my there's several shot glasses full if I put ice in it. Oh yeah, that's so much nice. I do love it when it does that cinnamon burst. Mm. I have music on, but I don't want it to bleed through because it did that on one of my videos, and they actually wouldn't publish the video. And I had done it, I thought live, and they wouldn't do it because you could hear music in the background. And I do have my remote with me, and yes, I am at the bar. But really, everything in this downstairs is geared to the bar. The kitchen is just offset, but the bar has a refrigerator. It has an ice maker. It has everything, blender, all that different types of instruments we've all bought him. Captain's chair for the bartender. Big mirror behind it. Big mirror. And he let me decorate that because I used to buy him a lot of Steins. And it turned out he really didn't want those because he didn't like beer. Early in the marriage. Who knew? Most people don't use a Stein anyway. It's just for looks, basically. So we had all kinds of stuff that we could put on the bar. We got stuff behind me that once is crooked. He likes it that way. And I didn't mind. A lot of women have said, "Did you mind giving up, your dining room?" And I was like, "Oh hell no, no, I am good with this." So I do my podcast here. If I want to drink, I get a drink. No, I do not drink generally every day. Sometimes I will have a stiffener when I come up here. Most of the time, but I lost father, brother, sister, all to cirrhosis from drinking. But they didn't drink water. I mean, they got up with a beer and they laid down with a beer. And may their memory be a blessing. I borrow that from the Israelis. It's a lovely saying. They were all great people, regardless of who drank who and what, nobody gets out of life alive. I'm just hoping that when I get to the other side, that I didn't do so much wrong that because I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I read my Bible like Mr. Casey did. I try to do that once a year. Um, Other than the beget so and so, I can't do that one. The New Testament, and I like the Old Testament. Personally, I'd like to know why the angels don't come down talk to us anymore. Kind of know the answer to that, but I was trolling. So which, Jesus said that there would be a false church, a false prophet, a false lot of shit. Then they were going to throw a lot of really bad shit at us. I was like, what church? I got thrown out of a lot of them when I was a kid because they used to ask stuff like, well, God said, thou shalt not kill. How come God told them to take that city and kill everyone and everything in it and razz the ground and salt it? Why did he do that? Come get her. She's doing it again. I'd usually get away with a couple of visits because I'd kind of try not to do anything. And then finally, they were so smug and just condescending. And I would throw a question at them like that. Come get her again. I think they got together after 4 or 5 churches and said, this kid, don't let her in. So I don't know, organized religion. I've looked at them all. I couldn't get through the Mormon Bible. Sorry. It just, and I couldn't get through the Kabbalah. I just couldn't. The Torah, sipped right through. Now, I think people don't understand the difference about our Bibles either. Everybody's got that King James Bible, and they don't think anything about that. Just so everybody, I'll throw a quick history lesson in there. Maybe I'll get some chat about that. James V of Scotland and Wales, the king of both. He was the son of Mary, Queen of Scots, who Queen Elizabeth I had beheaded. When Elizabeth I died, she left no heirs. And she had killed Queen Mary of Scots, and that was her cousin. And she had had a baby boy, but they were chasing her around trying to kill her, apparently from France to Scotland to England. They just put her in the tower. I don't know what the hell this girl did. But, she had some shit. And she thought for sure, I believe she'd sent a missive forward to ask Queen Elizabeth I if she could find shelter there. And they sheltered her in the tower right up to her death. For some time, they kept her there. Terrible thing. But when Elizabeth died, I think she would have died knowing that her next heir was Mary's son, who was King James V of Scotland, became King James V of England as well. Now, to the Bible part, he wanted it to make sense. He wanted it all put together right, so they did. And that's the Bible that you have now, the King James Bible. Those of you who do watch history, you'll also know they have the Dead Sea Scrolls, this, that, and the other. There's a lot in there that's missing from the Bible that you read now here in America, the King James. There's also other sources that you can look at that there's a bunch more of than there is in the King James Bible. So I found that fascinating, and I had to know more about that. And I'm still learning. And I ran through places, and it killed me when Notre Dame caught fire. It was just so, it was heart-rending. I ran through there every chance I got when I was stationed in Germany. I ran through, but they say it's back. I haven't looked lately because I didn't want to see how bad it was again. So I haven't gone over to look. But then again, Windsor Castle had a ginormous fire. They managed to bring that back. They used their own money to do it, even though the British people got, PO'd saying they, we're not spending that. And they're like, no, you're not. We are. Thank God they still had a grip on the country then. I wonder today. I don't see King Charles being king. I see his country imploding just like mine is. When you're law enforcement and you will not back up law enforcement because it's federal, there's something wrong with that picture. I keep seeing these sanctuary cities, and I keep expecting to wake up going, well, they declared sedition with sanctuary cities a decade ago. I'm afraid we're going to civil war now. They're they're at the POW camp. I really keep thinking I'm going to find that. I'm going to see that. Surely they can't do that. Don't call me Shirley. I remember the movie. It's a good movie. So yeah, there was that. There's I don't know about the rest of you. Throw it in the comments at me. I do not try to drop anything. Put somebody else's podcast in there, or take it from YouTube and then post it here because that's what we want to talk about. If you want to talk about that, I'll be happy to do that. But otherwise, I think it's almost like plagiarism. So I want to talk individually to people. I want to see. I guess I'm more like Charlie Kirk, who I said I would mention every day that I was on air. I was going to mention that young man, and I don't know what the story is. I don't know. But I did not know this boy was into politics and he had his own podcast. I had no idea. I looked for him always as a prove me right boy on the college campus. He's younger than my son. He's almost my grandson's age, just a few years older. So to me, he's like a kid. And he was so good. He never got angry. These people got almost in his face. They called him all kinds of names. He never got angry. Just like, you're not proving me wrong. And I just thought he was the greatest guy. And I was bringing in groceries and I heard he'd been shot. And I thought, okay, he's got a team. He's right there. They'll take care of him. He'll be okay. It wasn't 15 minutes later that I heard the lowering of the flags, half staff, and that he had passed on. And I hit my knees. It's like one of the few times I thought maybe I could faint. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Who would kill this boy who never hurt nobody, had nothing bad to say about anybody, ever? And I thought he really was in his 20s. He was 38. He turned 32 when they awarded him the Congressional Medal of Freedom. It was a great honor. Also, those of you who are out there and I won't name names, she's the widow. She's a widow. She got 2 kids. If she wants to run that country into the ground, that's her right. Get off her ass, everybody. You don't need to be on that lady's ass at all. You never should have been. It shows up as real bad. Candace, lovely girl, I just adore you. I've always watched you. But I think you've gone over the moon with this. Yes, I know you were his friend and a very dear one at that. I know that. I can feel that too. I never had cried or sobbed, is the better word, for anyone other than Princess Diana. And I hit my knees and sobbed for an hour about what happened to Charlie. I couldn't face looking at the screen. I had my husband put a movie on. I kept trying to. Another time, I needed a stiffener, and that's exactly what I got. I was sobbing so I couldn't hardly breathe. It was just profound, and I could not figure out why. The first thought that I had, and that one scared me too, was, oh my God, this is JFK all over again. Why that would come to my mind, I don't know. But some very strange things have happened. They've completely paved over where Charlie was martyred. Uh, People dancing, people singing, people making fun. Oh my absolute God. I feel so sorry for you people. There's the thing. I know Bill Maher says karma. There's no saying it's karma. There's karma. There is karma. There's like obvious examples I could give, but I try not to run through my time too much. But oh my God, what if it were you? Why does no one say, but for the grace of God go I? How come nobody says that? Because it's true. But for the grace of God go I. So I'm going to let that one go with just another spot there. At least give the widow a year. Don't talk about her. Don't take her apart. Yes, I know it's important that you do what you're doing. Again, Miss Owens. I know you have done a huge job, but you don't have to berate the woman. You don't have to do any of those things yet. If you're collecting evidence, yes, that's so great. If there is any, as an Army veteran, I can't understand how this kid did what he did and why he would only fire one bullet, leave the casing in the rifle, and leave other bullets where he was. Or I'm not sure how that actually lined up, but give the widow her year. No, I saw finally what she was wearing. It was black, and I've worn those type blouses, like when my daughter was born, and she was a surprise. Like I said, my grandson he's already an Army veteran, so he did Korea, got home, he left. Don't blame him. So yeah, that was the only. I had something like that actually most of the time at my age then. And I did not, I'm afraid, find it appropriate. I didn't find the white pantsuit appropriate. But again, it's not me. I'm not the widow. And I'm not here to judge. Judge not lest you be judged. And Miss Owens, I think I want to direct that to you personally. Do not judge lest thee be judged. Yes, continue to investigate, but keep it off the air until you know and the proper authorities know. Um, Give that woman the right of every woman or partner, as they have now, but every loved one needs at least a year. In my generation, they did that. This is the first time I haven't worn black since he passed. It's been over a month. I'm not related. And so this was our way to respect those who were fallen. This young man is definitely a martyr. I have found out so much more. The outpouring around the world was stunning. And it's so moving. I cried and I cried and I cried. I did not cry when she made her speech. I kept thinking why she's looking like she is not crying, but she's doing the dabbing. She's not crying. She's not crying when she gets the medal for freedom. She's not crying. She's nearly a see-through black. Uh, what? Worse, I agree. I would ask probably those same questions. But again, she's the widow. And with respect, unless something is, thrown like steroids in our face, all of us should back off and let her be a widow for now. Give her year. I don't think that cost any of us anything. And I too speculate. I'm always asking about it. And again, I don't drop videos. If you want to see a video again, let me know. I'll be happy to put it in there. But normally I don't because I've seen so many of them. I assume everybody else has too. And I think I'm wasting their time by putting something on that they've already seen 400 times. Um, so again, leave the widow her peace and help her to make sure that torch doesn't drop. She had to catch the baton one way or another. And I can't say how I would react if it were my husband, and I've been there decades. And yeah, it's a bad thing. And it was done live on air. It was as if somebody was sending the message that pay attention, you're not safe either. And I have said before, you're on camera 24/7. My TV, I will walk out of my room and leave something on just babbling that I want to hear while I'm doing this, that, or the other. It will always ask me, are you still here? No. So enough with that. But again, let's not forget Charlie Kirk. Every day I'm going to say his name. Might even say something about it. Who knows? That's what this is all about. We get to do this. And it's free. And we get to chat around each other, man. It's cool. If you don't have a bar, grab a fucking beer. Who cares? These little windows can't see shit anyway. I mean, I would love that. I would love to see and hear from people again. I don't make money at this, but I'm not averse to making money. Let's put it that way. I think if you get so many people, you can start advertising, that's going to be totally interesting. I think I can do that. Yeah, I fidget a lot up here. I really do. I have a headband on because otherwise my headphones down, either front or back, it'll just be down. And I'm still talking, trying to catch this thing. But it bugs me. I don't like to have it up there. Also, I my it puts my earrings against my neck. It's like Mrs. Frankenstein or some shit. I don't have a lot of time left. Again, live chat's up, guys. If you see me later, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's free. Take it up, take it down. It's real simple. I've had to do it myself. I'm so glad I've been able to come back up. I was having so much trouble there for a while that I ended up with two new systems. So I got like four systems now. And I am not like I was when I was throwing a party every 2 months. And I'm older now. We don't do that. Plus, it's expensive. And so I don't do that. But with bars, sometimes people come by. But trying to get somebody on a podcast is like pulling teeth. It's just, they don't want to do it. I don't know. I had one of them tell me they didn't want to do that because uh, hippie was in the sentence and bar was in the sentence. I was like, "Oh, well, why not then? I mean, I'm not going to hold your arm and twist it or anything. I didn't say anything about the marijuana." Hey, shout out to Bill Maher. Bob Pittman, the bar was cool enough, man. It gets cool. And they said, well, I don't want my wife to think I'm drunk at the bar all the time I'm here. And hippies usually get high. So I was like, well, that's pretty dead on. But we talk. I have cookies. I keep some of these because almost everyone seems to smoke these now. I don't know if it's because I saw a carton of cigarettes was $98. I was like, you're kidding me. You are fucking kidding. They're charging $10 a pack for a car. Then these went up. My husband says he buys them at one place, and it's not very expensive there. But at the other place, there used to be $1 a piece, and they've changed that to, I don't know. They added $4, I think, in some places, and so and you have to relight it. You have to report again. It's a good thing for me. I loved studying about like the Merovingian dynasty, followed by the Carolingians, and oh, it's just fascinating to me. I love history. Love history. I don't know if anybody else does. Throw something at me if you do. I love to talk about that one. I love to talk about UFOs. Back when I was younger, you couldn't talk about that stuff. People just thought you was wacky and moved on. They they'd say, "Hey, you're a little weird. You know that, right?" They just left. And now it's on TV. We've caught film and good film. Everybody can go live with their footage now when they see this shit. And you're like, what the hell was did you see that? I like that one Air Force boy in there. I think they were in F-15 planes. And they were trying to determine what this thing was. And he was like, did you see that? Yeah. You see that? Yeah. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Did you see that? Look at that thing. I loved it. Look at that thing. I never got to meet him. I just heard the voice on the recording. I just thought he was cute as fuck. I thought, well, he's better than Top Gun, I'll tell you. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. You see that thing? Look at that thing. I bet he was wild during the debriefing. So I like all of those things. I think whatever you want to talk about, come on, see me. We'll talk about that shit. And we'll find something on it. We can Google anything. I mean, I'm serious to God. One pissed me off so bad, I bitch slapped her, and Google found her about a year later. So it's a good thing. I think it's lit now. That's my tough side, like we used to do in the old westerns. It was still smoking. Although I have to admit, I do keep a weapon on me at all times. Um, if it's not on me, it's within reach. Either my car, my purse, my bedstand. I mean, within reach. It's so bad that my grandson one time came over. This was before I could. I started to tell you, crutches at my age. Oh, I've got this. I've got this. Hey, catch me. Whoa, wait. The other leg said, I don't think so, bitch. I would not let me. So from the master bedroom, I could go in, I think it was 6 steps, the way things he had arranged, so that I could just go a short distance to get to the latrine and everything. So it was, it is an unsweet bed, but still, it was funny. He was really great. He got me one of the chairs. He sat in the shower, and I was all pissed. I don't like being crippled, and but he made it to where I could sit in the chair and I could lean back to do my hair. And then, of course, I could take the bath and he could help me out if necessary. But again, I know I just could leave myself out, but the chair came in handy. So, I mean, it was one of those. So I was stuck back there. And I knew he was coming over. He wanted to bring breakfast from McDonald's. I don't know what day it was. I think it's Sunday. So off he came, and he came in the door and he was yelling, "Grandma, Grandma, it's me. Where are you, Grandma?" Loud. I mean, it echoed in the house. I said, I'm right here. She said, "Don't shoot me. I'm about to come in." I died laughing. Like, okay, honey, I ain't gonna shoot you. Grandma, you just never know. Would you? You crazy? I know you got that gun there. I pulled it out. Yep, I do. But twice I've had people bust into my house while I was at home with the child. Once he was an infant, and I had an apartment there in Germany. Just walked up in there like it was nothing after they broke the lock on the door. I met him about 3 feet away and told him they had 2 seconds to get right with God. And you know, they were gone. I didn't even see him run. I mean, like, where'd they go? Second time they stepped into my window, I was doing my windows, and I had like here these ground windows, and I had it up because I was cleaning it, and I was going to replace the screen after I cleaned it. And I took a break because I had the baby. Well, he's a toddler, and I hear something. I turn around, and there they are, stepping into the living room over the windowsill. And luckily, I always keep it right where I can get to it. And in this case, it was in the baby stroller sitting next to me. Then just, hey guys, they saw that. They went right back out the window. They never got really all the way in. I went and looked out the window. They were still running, but I just strolled over to the window. you know, didn't fire. I thought I'd fire at him, but I was trying to miss the window. Didn't really want to hit them either. I had a cop tell me one time, well, if you're going to kill him, make sure you drag him inside after you do. My life has been just on runners, I tell you. Mm. God, that's good this morning. This afternoon. I think I finally made it to. I did this afternoon. And that's all I'll be having today. It's about time for me to go. I've done bored everybody long enough. I'm still going to do it. It's fucking free. I'm daring you people to get up here and do something. I gotta admit, I'm still waiting for the dumbass bitch to kiss in my face with the bullhorn. I hope she knows what hospital she'll wake up at. I didn't say shoot her. They frown on that. I didn't stay in karate for 40 years for nothing. Make her eat some concrete. Me. And if I were standing people who were making fun of Charlie Kirk, they'd eat concrete. I got bail money. I'm old. Fuck you. Either you show some honor or shut the fuck up. Didn't anybody teach these people manners? Well, I tell you what, if you want to learn manners, you jump on here with me and I will help you. And I will not judge you. I will help you to learn that when people die, you must show respect. And if you can't do that, shut your fucking cake hole. I've heard too much about this shit. That man has been dead less than 2 months. Knock it the fuck off. It's like you don't fucking have parents. And yeah, I'm an Army veteran. I can get real salty on language. I have one friend over here and he's like, "Did you just go?" Yes, I did just go there. I will. Sometimes I get angry. I'm just and my husband said, and most of our friends say, "How do you get so many swear words off in one sentence?" Practice, bitch. Practice. My husband's funny when he's in a car. He's on people's asses, right? It's 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. He's got to be on their ass. I'm like, what? I stay a car length back because people are stupid. I mean, in some cases, maybe not. They might see a dog cross the road and hit the brake. I don't want to end up in their fucking back seat. So I'm way back here, you know. I've had people do this and stuff and pass me. I'm like, fuck you. You go get in an accident, but hopefully you won't hurt nobody but yourself. So all the times that, you're too close, you're too close. And one time, we didn't hit them, but it was scary kind of hit thing. They did stop without signaling or anything, almost stopped to turn. And so we left a, a nice rubber patch down through there. I didn't have to say much after that. Look, dude actually was he was driving. We were at a stop sign. We were in our 30s. Yes, we've been together that long. Shut up. And he actually ran into somebody. We'd been there we were like the fourth car, little town. And he rear ends the guy. He just keeps rolling. We've been stopped for a while. I'm not going to say why he did it, but he did. Twice. He did it twice. And then he'll yell at me about driving or something like, fuck you. I ain't ran into somebody twice at a stop sign. And he has in 40 years. I have no idea why. He's a professional driver, has been most of his life. Like I said, he even was instructor for driving. So I'm like, Jesus. I was in the car both times going, stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Okay, he stopped. The plug for this is it's just entertainment only. I don't really think I'm that much of an entertainment, but I try. So if you see me, stop a second. Get that phone, hit the like. Show me you stop at least in 10 seconds. It just shows a viewer. And then I'm starting to beg because I have no idea how long I'm going to leave my channel if I don't get my folks back. So come back. You have to stay through the whole thing. Just hit like and leave. Actually, I kid because I actually found the analytics now and I can pull it up. And they're not good. They're not bad, but they're not that good. I don't know if it's because I don't drop videos and I don't have a guest here. So all you get is me talking about what the fuck ever. Hopefully, I will start to get people to come in. Elon Musk, I love you. I would love to have one of them tiny houses. I got the money. I'm afraid I'm too busy paying for this one. And my husband says the only thing that would fit in one of his tiny houses would be my clothes. He said, not your shoes, just your clothes. I'm sorry. Once I get through my stiffener, I seem to have no blinkers. That might be a good thing over here. I don't know. I would like some feedback. That would be cool. Like, shut up, bitch. So, who knows? There was something else I wanted to touch on today. It's just gone, which is a good thing because I'm really coming up on my time. I would, again, love to see this turn into social Woodstock. That would be my husband calling me. He knows that I'm on live, but he does it anyway. So since I'm about up at time. You guys stay safe, have fun, like me, subscribe or something. Give me a break. Later.